Hey everybody! Today's story time is going to be the time that I thought the feds were going to show up at my house whenever I was 12. So before I start this story, I just want to give a disclaimer. Anything I talk about in this video, please don't do. Please don't do. I am a dumb. I was a dumb. That's all I'm gonna say, okay? I was a very stupid 12-year-old kid. I kind of knew better, but, I didn't care. Which one day I'll get into that story time, but today is going to be a lot more lighthearted. So whenever I was about 10, I got into hacking, right? I was a heavy programmer. My mom, I think, had just gotten me a Bluetooth keyboard, and I had this really old computer, and I mean really old. It took 5 minutes to turn on, and that's not an exaggeration type of old. I'm pretty sure that thing was running Windows 7. It was bad, but that's the computer I had. And I turned it on, and I got myself some food, and I ate my food, and I come back in, and it's finally, ready to go. It's on. And, I start doing my thing, and, writing some code. Sometimes I'd write code on my phone, sometimes on my computer. On this particular day, I was writing code on my computer, and nothing, really that memorable happened. At the time my parents were together, and so they were just, watching YouTube in the room, and I was coding, and it was all good. Then I found this website, called VX Underground, right? And then I love VX Underground. To this day, I love looking at their malware and their papers, but I found them, I think it was either 2020 or 2021. I know I was, 10. And I was like, oh, malware. I was a dumb script kitty. Oh my god, don't do this. So, I clicked, there was this, bar at the top, and then there was a button that said Virus Exchange. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna click that, and I did, and it asked me for my email and password, which, thankfully, I gave my chaotic neutral email, right? And, I type it in, and I used one of my many usernames, and I get my password, and I type it in. It's all great. I'm logged in. It's all amazing. Everything's amazing. Well, I had the bright idea. If all this malware is used for hacking, why don't I hack? But whenever I was that age, I had the brain cells to be like, that's not a good idea. But as I got older, my brain cells seemed to just die. They all went away for a period of time. Well, let's fast forward here to 12-year-old me, and barely 12 too. I think it's May. I've been 12 for about 2 or 3 months, and it's either May or June or July, kind of roughly around that time. I think I had just gotten out of school, and at the time my parents had broken up for the first time. I was at my aunt's house with my dad, and I'm really bored, and so I'm looking for stuff to do, and I watched at the time this blind YouTuber called Molly Burke. I don't really watch her anymore, just because her content is a little bit more unicorny, and then that's not really me at all. But hey, so I get on this website, and I'm at my aunt's, and my dad's probably showering or whatever. I am getting on YouTube watching Molly Burke, right? And so I sit, and I'm watching it, and there's a sponsorship segment for Squarespace. Now this is going to come into importance because the bright idea that I had that particular day was, why don't I make a Squarespace website with my full name, .com? So, Haley, my last name, I think it was .org. So It was either .com or .org. But basically, I made this website, and you would think I would post some normal stuff, right? Maybe a portfolio, like what it's like to be me, blind people stuff, fun stuff. Oh, no. Oh, no. So, there's this website on the dark web that I'm not going to directly say their name, but it's a forum similar to Reddit. And I decided to go on there, and I was like, hi, I want some websites that are easy to exploit. I got bullied some, but I got some websites, some clear web websites, right? So after going to the dank web to get some clear web websites that are exploitable, I'm sorry, God. I hacked into these different websites. It wasn't even, I wouldn't even call it hacking. Like, it was technically SQL injections, but, like, it was so easy. It was, we're talking one line of, quote, code. It was like writing a command into the username and password and revealing a completely decrypted user base, right? But I was like, oh, this is really cool. I'm going to look like a big, bad hacker to my friends and my dad. And so I'm going to just post this on this website. My full name, .org or .com. And so I start posting this, like, a blog post, like, hi, this is what I hacked today. Here's how I did it. Here's the pictures. I had a My Info page with my address, phone number, email, VoIP number, school. Don't ask me why. And so this goes on for a few months, and these few months are really eventful months, honestly, and this is, like, one of the main sources of humor and happiness I had. Whenever things got really, really bad, I would go onto this old computer I had and do this. And I turned it off, and my mom probably didn't even know I was using that computer, because I'd plug in these headphones I had with an aux cable into them. And these headphones got beat up so bad, because, like, whenever I, would mess up, or I couldn't figure something out, because I got more and more advanced as time, went on, I would chuck my headphones at the wall, which is probably not advised. I would also take them to school and, use Inspect Element on my iPad that my school gave me a lot, and or on my laptop a lot, and so, sometimes they'd get crushed in my backpack. Well, this particular moment, I plug them into my computer, and I go onto the website to post some pictures of a hack I did last night. It was 2 p.m. and I was skipping school, so and at the time the water was off, so I was just having a shitty day all around, and I really just wanted to hack. That's it. I was in a terrible mood. I was crying. It was a terrible day. And so I get on, and I can't post anything. It's like, your domain has been suspended. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's a little weird. Like, did I forget to pay for it? Because so at the time, I didn't technically have, a Cash App, and so I just paid my friend in Monero, and, they were paying for the domain. I was like, did my friend, did I forget to pay her off, or whatever? And I was like, hi, I thought it was yearly. Why is it suspended? I did not consider, for the slightest of seconds, I got caught hacking. I go into my Gmail. I see this email saying, hey, your domain has been suspended for violation of terms of service. And that's when it hits me. That's when I realize I'm more than screwed. And so I turn off my computer and I cry. I had this bed that my parents had put together whenever they were back together, and it was a really nice bed. I flop on it and I sob like a little baby. I thought I was going to jail. Like, I was so scared. Next day, I wake up, I go to school, I have a bunch of anxiety. I'd already done something really stupid in 6th grade. My parents were like, if you do anything like this again, we'll find a permanent solution, which what's that supposed to mean? And I'm scared. I'm sitting in class, I'm scared. The day ends, I go the next day, and next day, and next day. 2 weeks pass, right? Nothing happens. And I was so thankful. I learned the 2 words, operational security, that day. And I never forgot those words, and I don't think I ever will.